Alright guys, so if you haven't already noticed, I'm posting less on Instagram. And that's because I felt that Instagram and social media in general was becoming an addiction. I mean, that's what these apps are made to do. Why do you think you're getting notifications all day long? It's meant to get you addicted. You're constantly wondering, how many new followers do I have? How many people liked my video, my picture? You're always checking for stuff. And it becomes an addiction. You're checking your phone, you're picking it up every 10 minutes, you can't put it away. And I just was like, this is not a way I want to live. I'll still probably make a post. I'll try to put up a video like once a week, but I don't want this to be a thing where I have to put up every video from every training session and constantly be putting something up all the time. Because what I found was happening is it takes away from time that could be better spent doing something else, like actually going out in the real world. Like it was in the 70s here today, and rather than going outside, what if I was just like putting videos up and monitoring, you know, who was liking it and all that kind of stuff all day? It just becomes pointless. And I think a lot of the people are like that. The bigger your following gets, the easier it is to fall into that trap. So it's like you gotta balance it. You can't take over your life, and I didn't want that. So I'm trying to kind of cut it down on my social media activity. I don't want to have to go in the gym and film everything all the time and stuff that isn't even that great. Like maybe big time PRs you could put up or whatever, but I noticed it was becoming a thing where I was almost like dictating my training around what would make an exciting video. And this is a problem a lot of people have. I'm very guilty of it. I can't argue that. I don't know, I just think another thing is that social media leads you to comparisons. You're constantly comparing yourself to others. And some people are able to be on there and not do this, but I know I was a person who would always compare myself to others. I'd see everybody else's videos. And I mean, there's a ton of people way stronger than me. I don't know if you guys realize. There's a lot of strong guys out there, but you may not know who they are because they're not on social media, or they're not as active. They live a more private life. And it becomes a balance too, because I need to promote my business and keep my business growing. But at the same time, I don't want to be a slave to any of these social media things. So I mean, what I'm trying to get at is I think everybody should kind of evaluate the role it plays in their life and don't let it become an addiction. I think you will be more unhappy the more you're on there and looking at everybody else's wonderful life, when in fact a lot of them aren't that wonderful. They don't have that wonderful of lives. What you put up, that's the best stuff. That's the highlight reel of your life. And I'm not saying anything that hasn't already been said, but sometimes you need to hear it again and let it try to sink in. So I know that I was unhappier the more time I would spend on there. And even in the last week, since I've kind of scaled back on all that kind of stuff, I'm much happier. I feel better about my life. I can tell my mindset's changing. I'm more positive in general. So these are all things that come into play. If you want your quality of life to go up, then I would suggest maybe scaling it back on that sort of thing. And I will keep posting up YouTube videos, I think, because YouTube really isn't a problem. Like I post up a video and I pretty much let it sit. I should really do more question and answer sessions, because I know there's always tons of questions that I get asked in the comments section of the videos. So that might be one thing I'll try to be better about, but I don't need some app running my life. Like, who gives a shit? I mean, quite frankly, I could put up something every day and push for 50,000 followers by the end of this year. But I mean, if I'm miserable and it becomes a job and I'm like a slave to all my followers and likes, then what the hell is it worth it? So these are all things you have to ask. I'm just rambling now, but it was on my mind and I thought I'd make a video on it. And I'm going to end the video with a little shameless self-promotion for my business. You can contact me at prstrength1@gmail.com if you want training, programming help, coaching, whatever. And then you can like my business Facebook page. I'll put that link in the description for PR Strength LLC. I've also got a training log up on the animal forums, and go check that out. I'll put a link to that in the description. But that's really all I wanted to talk about. I'm out, guys.